Welcome back to another episode of the Grow Your Daycare podcast. I'm your host, Christina Rizakos, and I am happy that you found us, friend. So if you are here, it's because you're running a small in-home or a small center and you're having a hard time with marketing, with advertising your services. Maybe you're not fully booked yet. Maybe showing up on social media is something that is really difficult for you. You just don't know how it all works and you just need some help. I'm happy that you found us. I hope that you find all the help and the content that you need to really help you move forward. Now, before I dive into today's topic, I wanted to share with you that I am hosting my very first live workshop Saturday, March 15th, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. And I just wanted to share a little bit about that, just in case you're someone that has been thinking, well, I want parents in my area to actually see my posts instead of random people. If you've ever said that to yourself, then this is going to be the workshop for you. I am going to help you create your own local visibility blueprint, and I'm going to show you how to get more parents seeing your posts using Facebook and Instagram. So if you want to buy your ticket, all you have to do is click the link in the description of this video and sign up and open the email, and then obviously show up ready to work because it is a workshop. So you're actually going to get to work and to create your blueprint. And I'm going to help you, of course, but it's going to be really, really fun. So if you want to get some information, again, the link is in the description of this video. Now, today, we're going to be talking about something that I have been dealing with clients inside our agency. So if you don't know, I take on 2 clients every single month, and I help them with social media content, and I also help them with Facebook ads. And one of the clients that I'm working with right now, so we're March, she's been getting a lot of leads. So people that are messaging her through one of our ads or a post or through our forms on Facebook we're using lead generation campaigns. And when she is reaching out back to them, she feels as though no one is serious. Like no one wants to confirm a date, or they don't answer the phone. And she's having a hard time converting inquiries into enrollment. And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about in today's video. So if you're someone that feels as though I got no problem getting people to reach out, when I call them back, they ghost me. Nobody answers their phone. No one replies to my emails or my texts. This is the episode for you. I have some notes, so I want to make sure that I am pulling those up because I'm going to kind of act out what I would say when I'm on a phone conversation with one of these inquiries so that you can get a better idea, okay? And I think this is going to be really fun. So we're going to get started, okay? So what happens when someone reaches out for information? You get all excited, you call them back, you give them a text, you send them an email, and then crickets, like you don't hear back from them, okay? The first thing is I want you to think about what makes someone say yes to something, okay? And I talk about this a lot in my membership because getting someone to raise up their hand and to fill out a form or to click and to make an appointment is the first step, right? But getting them to say yes, that's something different, really, really different, because you have to connect with that person, especially a parent, on a different level, right? You want to make sure you have a process to follow, that you're not kind of winging it. And you want to seem as though, you're professional, you could be trusted, and really positioning yourself as someone that knows what they are doing, okay? So when someone calls for some information or sends you an email or a DM on social media, the first thing I want you to do, okay, now if you want to take notes, this is where you take notes, is acknowledge the inquiry and build rapport, okay? So that's the first thing. Step 1. I want you to acknowledge the inquiry and I want you to build rapport. And I'm going to show you how to do this in just a second. So when parents reach out to you, I want you to think about this. They're really interested. Like no one is going to send you a DM for no reason. No one is going to fill out a form on the internet and answer all those questions or on your website because they had nothing else to do. Like they are really interested in what you have to offer. Maybe they're busy doing something else. Maybe, I don't know, one of the kids walked in the room and they just forgot about what they were doing. Regardless, they click that send button. They are interested, which means in marketing terms, they are a warm lead. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is when you get this email or when you get this message, you want to always thank them for considering your daycare. And you want to ask them open-ended questions to learn more about their needs. Okay. Don't just start, spilling out your guts about why you're the best and how much it costs and no. You want to thank them. And then you want to ask them, you really want to put the ball in their court and ask them an open-ended question. So they're not just saying yes or no, bye-bye. Okay. So let's say someone calls for availability. Okay. So you wouldn't just answer and just say, okay, answer the question and then move on. You would say something like, thanks so much for reaching out, or thanks for emailing us about, possibility of joining our team or joining our daycare, blah, blah, blah. You want to ask about their kids' needs, so their child's needs, if they have any concerns that they may have as parents, and you really want to show genuine interest, right? Because that's how you start building rapport. If you're just saying yes, no, bye-bye, there's no rapport there. But if you're saying, thank you so much for reaching out, I just got your email. My name is Christina. I'm the director of ABC Daycare. So let me start by asking you, what are your needs when it comes to daycare? Does your child have any specific needs? Do you as a mom or a dad have concerns when it comes to childcare? And then just listen, okay? Listen to what they say. So that is the first step. The second step is you want to provide information and address any concerns, any of their concerns, right? So this is your opportunity to give them a clear picture of what your daycare offers. And then you want to highlight, obviously, what makes your program different, unique, what you do better. And you always want to be prepared to answer that question, right? So if you don't know what makes your daycare different, unique, better than your competition, for example, you might want to go back and kind of think about that and write that down. And I have a lot of episodes on my blog, on my podcast. I have a lot of blogs on it as well, and videos on this channel. But regardless, you always want to give them a few highlights why your daycare is different, unique, special, okay? But more importantly, you want to listen to their concerns and respond thoughtfully, okay? So if they mention, for example, a concern, like let's say they just pulled their child out of a daycare because it was dirty and it smelled funny, you can talk about your safety protocols and your cleaning routine, right? So if they're concerned about the curriculum, let's say they had a bad experience and they left their little Johnny at a home daycare and all he did was watch TV all day, then you want to give them a quick rundown of what your learning approach is and what the day-to-day looks like when it comes to learning and education, okay? Really, really important. In my daycare, when I was running my center, we actually had a few handbooks. So we had our rules and regulations, right? Our policy handbook, where every parent had a copy of that. But then I also had a pretty developed packet that I think it was about 40 pages long. And this was updated every single year. And this was our educational approach. So this went through everything: interventions, nutrition guidelines, safety guidelines, our educational curriculum with examples, why we did what we did and what the kids benefit from it. Like, it was really, really thorough. And this helped families see that, hey, it's not just putting like some, like a list of rules of things that I'm not supposed to do. They actually took the time to develop an actual educational curriculum. And, we gave a copy of this back then to every parent that would walk in the daycare, regardless if they enrolled or not. Okay. So you always want to think about that. You want to talk about, again, your program, what makes you different, highlight that. And then more importantly, you want to listen to their concerns and then come back with your answer and really just, address those concerns and how that's not going to be, or how you address those concerns in your daycare. Like how, for example, a dirty daycare is not what they're going to find in your program, or how you really take time fostering every kid's integration, or if they have an issue with curriculum, really walking them through how you put the curriculum together and what other parents are saying about it, right? Really, really important. Point 3, follow up and keep the communication going, okay? So follow-up is something that I know a lot of providers struggle with, and even small center owners, because they feel as though, well, I answered the questions, I gave them a tour. If they're interested, they'll come and we'll move on to the next. And then they quickly realize that it's not as easy as that, because maybe the next person is not going to sign up, or maybe you want to have another booked visit for the next week or a month or a year, so whatever the case is, right? So we always want to be thinking about following up and keeping the communication lines open and going, okay? So after the initial call, it's essential that you kind of put it somewhere in your calendar that you follow up with them. Don't just wait for them to call you back. You must take the initiative as the business owner, as the professional, and follow up with them, okay? So you can send them a quick thank you email, reiterating the points that you discussed in your call or during your visit. You can offer to answer any other questions. If you had a great conversation and you believe that they were a good fit, maybe suggest setting up a tour or a meeting where they could bring in their child and you can see how that goes, right? Really just adding that personal touch, it really does go a long way. Just answering a random question on your DMs and then hoping that this person enrolls is not realistic, right? We always have to be proactive in our businesses, and we always have to take initiative, especially when it comes to things that grow our business and things that kind of move the needle forward, and not feel as though I don't want to burden them, or I don't want to feel annoying, or I don't want to do that, right? No, you just have to get in that mindset of, I'm going to take the initiative, I'm going to reach out, and I'm going to keep that communication going, okay? Point number 4, create a nurturing process for ongoing communication, okay? So sometimes parents just need to take a bit more time to make a decision. Maybe there's something really bad happening in their family. Maybe they have, like, I don't know, an emergency, and they can't make that decision on the spot at that moment, right? So it's so important for you to nurture that relationship and to stay in their radar, okay? So maybe you want to ask them for an email where you can just add them on your email list and send them regular updates that way. That's a great way for you to kind of grow your email list, but also to keep in contact with them so that they know what's going on in your program. They still get to be on your radar, right? They see that you're progressing, that you're doing all sorts of things with the kids, business is moving along as usual. And then when they are ready, right, if it's not the right time for them, if they are ready, then you've given them that space and that respect that they deserve to make up their own mind and really just sign up when they are also ready to do so, okay? So it's a great way for you to stay connected. If you don't have an email list, consider starting an email list. It's not very difficult. It doesn't cost any money to do. And it's just a great way for you to nurture that relationship and to stay connected, to stay open, okay? The other thing I would do as well is, if you are investing in ads, what we do is we retarget. So anyone that went on my client's website, for example, we retarget them with content on social media and posts, right? So maybe the kids did, I don't know, like a painting activity, and my client wants us to post about that. Then we would take this piece of content and we would show it. We would retarget parents that have already visited my client's website. So it's another great way to kind of stay in the feed, always staying in the radar of this client that was interested, but that may not be ready right now in this instant to enroll, okay? You can set up automated emails in your CRM. So with a click of a button, once a month, you have a newsletter that goes out to clients and those that are not clients yet, and just sharing a tip, sharing a parenting tip, sharing local activities for preschoolers, like whatever that is for you, whatever you decide to do without really overwhelming you. But it's just a great way for you to kind of stay connected with them, okay? Point number 5, be ready for objections, okay? So obviously, parents may have concerns, they might have questions, they might object to, let's say, the fees are too high, or I don't know, something in your program. So you always have to think about that and be kind of a step ahead, okay? So you have to be ready for objections. So if a parent expresses the concerns after the tour or during a follow-up conversation that, I don't know, let's say the fees are too high, for example, you might start addressing that and say, you know what, we charge that amount because we believe that, let's say, I don't know, let's say your class sizes are really small, and the fee is a little bit higher than what they're comfortable with. You can say something like, we really take pride in hiring only qualified staff. We pay our staff well so they can stay around for a long time, because that's really important for the kids, right, and their development. Our curriculum is A1, right, and just give some examples. Because of the tuition that we charge, the classrooms are small. Maybe maybe it's subsidized by the government as well. I don't know what that is for you, or wherever you are, wherever you're listening to this from. But we have clients that charge tuition, and there's also some that have subsidies. In any case, find the value out of what you're doing, okay? So if the objection is money, give some points and have them ready, okay? This is really important. Be ready with this. You're charging X amount of money. Why? Like, what is the parent getting? What's that extra that parent is getting? And really just be ready to address those concerns, okay? So things like prices, small class sizes, maybe you offer personalized care and you charging for that. Maybe you offer a lot of extracurricular activities. Maybe you're bringing in professionals and you don't want the parents to be charged, let's say, I don't know, $50 extra a week. So you're only charging the parents $10 extra a week, right? Really, really important. We always have to remember that parents are making a big decision, and just with a little reassurance, it can really go a long way. But I really do believe that if you put a plan in place and you follow it, you work on it, you optimize it, getting those inquiries to enroll is going to become child's play for you. I promise. Okay. So there you have it, you guys. 5 steps to convert phone inquiries into enrollments. Again, acknowledging their inquiry, providing helpful information, following up. Don't forget, nurturing their relationships with your email and keeping that communication going, addressing concerns and being ready for objections is just so important, right? And again, if you've done all of these things, you just pull back and let them decide, let them come to you when they are ready to enroll. I hope that this video helped. If you have any questions about how to convert someone that has never heard of you into a paying client, drop them underneath this video. If you are someone that is listening and you're thinking, this is amazing, Christina, where could I get some more marketing help from you? I'll put some links in the description of the video. We actually have a school community where we have small center owners, but also in-home providers. They get social media content texted to them every single day, so they never have to worry about what to post. We have marketing training in there. I teach them to do all sorts of things that have to do with organic ways of growing their programs and online visibility. And obviously, I am there answering all their questions. If you have any questions for me, drop them in the comments. Other than that, have an amazing rest of your week, you guys. And I'll see you guys again next week. Bye for now.